Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man.
Almost 5 years have passed since WandaVision completely shook up the idea of what superhero television could be, and now Marvel is gearing up for something that feels strikingly familiar in some ways with their upcoming Disney Plus series, Wonder Man. Even though Marvel Studios has changed a lot behind the scenes in recent years, cutting down on the number of TV shows they produce, they still have a bunch of streaming projects lined up that aim to expand the MCU. The 3 Marvel shows scheduled for 2025 are each tackling big parts of MCU lore. Eyes of Wakanda will dive back into T'Challa's kingdom ahead of Black Panther 3. Marvel Zombies revisits the undead-infested universe that What If introduced, and Wonder Man takes a look at Hollywood itself. Wonder Man's exploration of the movie business is clever because it gives Marvel the chance to poke fun at the industry while also weaving in the superhero action audiences expect. It's an approach that's both fresh and familiar, especially for fans who have enjoyed the meta-commentary WandaVision offered on television history. Wonder Man centers on Simon Williams, played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who is a Hollywood actor before gaining superpowers. His world gives Marvel the perfect setup to parody the behind-the-scenes chaos of modern filmmaking, and in doing so, it could feel a lot like WandaVision did with TV shows. At the same time, it's different because it focuses on the MCU's version of Hollywood, where blockbuster filmmaking and superhero culture collide. As a recent Variety report highlighted, Kevin Feige revealed that Wonder Man shares similarities with HBO Max's The Franchise and Apple TV Plus's The Studio, both of which satirize the making of big films, particularly Marvel's own massive franchise phenomenon. So, through Simon's perspective, we're likely to see Marvel blend meta-commentary with its usual superhero action, which is exciting because it means the show will have layers. Fans can enjoy both the story and the jokes about the industry itself. Wonder Man also has the potential to address some of Marvel Studios' recent struggles. For instance, 3 years ago, She-Hulk Attorney-at-Law had Jennifer Walters interacting with Marvel's robotic director, Kevin, highlighting some of the quirks and pitfalls of running a massive cinematic universe. Simon Williams probably won't speak to the MCU directly, but Wonder Man seems set to explore a fictional studio's hits and misses. With the show arriving in Phase 6, right at the tail end of the multiverse saga, it's a great opportunity for Marvel to poke fun at itself and reflect on its own journey. There are a bunch of areas Marvel could satirize in Wonder Man. They might touch on the sheer volume of content the MCU has been pumping out, the complicated concept of the multiverse, or storylines that didn't get completed as expected. Even Simon's character campaigning for a superhero role adds to the satire potential because it's a perfect lens to examine fame, heroism, and Hollywood ambition all at once. In addition, Wonder Man could capture a bit of the charm WandaVision brought to Westview. Wanda's show was groundbreaking and extremely well received, but it had to end quickly because she needed to move on from Westview and continue her journey outside of her hex. That limited the meta-nature Wanda could explore, and her double life as a hero and TV star didn't last long. But Simon Williams, being a professional actor in addition to a superhero, gives Marvel the chance to develop a character who can straddle both worlds for a longer period. That's unique because it's rare in the MCU to have a hero who's deeply tied to both real-world fame and superhero duties. Simon Williams also has a deep comic book connection to Scarlet Witch, as his consciousness was used to create Vision. This adds another layer because it allows Marvel to tie Wonder Man's story into existing MCU history while giving him room to grow independently. After Wonder Man, Simon could potentially remain a character who balances his life in Hollywood with being a seasoned superhero. In the comics, he's gone through multiple resurrections and has incredible powers, so there's no reason to think the MCU version won't tap into that strength while also having fun with the Hollywood meta angle. Speaking of power, Wonder Man's latest comic run reminded fans why he's considered one of Marvel's strongest heroes. In West Coast Avengers number 8, written by Jerry Duggan with art by Danny Kim, Simon Williams faced a terrifying version of Ultron called Ultron the Scorched. Simon rushed in to help the team, but Ultron used his powers as an ionic battery, essentially turning him into a massive bomb. Iron Man, watching in horror, even exclaimed that the readings are off the chart as Simon's energy destroyed a building in Los Angeles. It's a perfect example of how Marvel Comics continues to show just how dangerous and powerful Wonder Man can be. Even though the upcoming Disney Plus series might have a lighter, comedic tone, the comic book version makes it clear that Simon's ionic energy powers are no joke. He has superhuman strength, invulnerability, and the potential for explosive destruction, putting him on par with heroes like Thor, Captain Marvel, and the Sentry. Marvel could choose to scale back the destructive potential for the show, but the underlying idea is that Simon Williams is incredibly strong and could easily become one of the MCU's next heavy hitters. Wonder Man's comic history is also fascinating because he didn't start as a hero. Created by Stan Lee, Don Heck, and Jack Kirby, Simon began as an Avengers villain, empowered by Baron Zemo to join the Masters of Evil. Zemo gave him ionic energy, transforming him into a being with superhuman abilities, and over the decades, he's been resurrected multiple times, each time growing stronger. That history shows that while he has a comedic side for the Disney Plus adaptation, his powers are no laughing matter, and if Marvel chooses to tap into that, Simon could have a major impact on the MCU. Even if Wonder Man was literally blown up by Ultron in West Coast Avengers number 8, comic fans know Simon has bounced back from similar situations before. His connection to Scarlet Witch has helped him come back to life, and his control over his ionic energy has grown stronger over time. So it's hard to imagine the MCU sidelining him for too long, especially since he's an iconic West Coast Avenger. The Disney Plus series has a chance to show both his meta-comedic side in Hollywood and his raw superhero potential, which makes him a versatile addition to the franchise. The MCU might even gain a new, strongest Avenger with Simon's powers. He's been experimented on, attacked, and even killed at various points in the comics, but he always returns stronger. That resilience, combined with his ability to unleash massive amounts of energy, could shake things up in the MCU if they adapt that aspect faithfully. His brother, the Grim Reaper, has also received a power boost in recent comics, which means the sibling dynamic could be explored in a way that adds real stakes to the Disney Plus show. Both Simon and Eric Williams appearing together opens the door for intense drama, action, and even some comic-based meta-storytelling that Marvel fans love. In the end, Wonder Man has a lot riding on it. It's set to be one of the most meta MCU shows in a long time, balancing comedy, industry satire, and superhero action. At the same time, it has the potential to demonstrate just how powerful Simon Williams is, setting him up as a major player in the wider Marvel universe. By exploring Hollywood, referencing Marvel's past, and showcasing a hero who's both an actor and a powerhouse Avenger, the series could become a standout entry for Disney+. For fans of WandaVision, it's exciting because Wonder Man might capture that same clever, self-aware energy, but in a new setting that feels fresh. And for comic fans, the series is a reminder of how incredible Simon Williams' abilities are, from his ionic energy to his strategic mind as a hero. Marvel has a chance to strike a balance between meta-comedy and serious superhero stakes. And if they pull it off, Wonder Man could easily become one of the most talked-about MCU releases of 2025. And with Yahya Abdul-Mateen II in the lead, the MCU is bringing someone who can carry both the comedic meta side and the serious action side of the character. By doing this, Marvel isn't just introducing a new hero, they're giving audiences a chance to explore the intersection of Hollywood, heroism, and storytelling in a way that feels fresh and unique. So even though Wonder Man is billed as a meta-comedy, it's also a serious reminder of just how powerful Simon Williams is and how much potential he has to impact the MCU going forward. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. We'll see you next time.